Hiya guys, happy Thursday and welcome back to my channel. Before we can begin with this video, I wanted us to look at these closing remarks by Witness B which have left all of us really heartbroken. Please watch.
Specifically say, yeah, wena ntombazane uyabona lokho kuphapha kwakho ukuthi ungaphila abantu i-bail sesukuphe i-30 sekuofarisha i-30,000 manje ke sizokudubula nge-AK47 because wena unamasende eswini. And then it went on to speak about family as to we've been following you and then for the 8 days, and then we know where is your home, we know who's your family members, we know where are they working. However, he stipulated to say, but they are not involved, but you are the one because you don't want to behave like a female, you behave like a man rather, so we'll deal with you like a man. And it further says, when you drive, just check in the robots because you'll never know when we'll hit. Do the right thing. And now if you want us to make that call to say we do what we're not called to do or we die, it's a difficult situation. Nobody's having a spare life. We only have one life. However, we really want to make a difference. What makes me now, I don't want to cry, right? But what makes me emotional the most amongst these cases that we've been investigating, the pictures that is depicted, it works on you. And even mostly after some years, I've been visiting these families. Most of them, they have cried on my shoulder and they had a hope that will do a difference and that will bring justice. Even the ones that are not yet at court, but they even support the ones that are at court because they understand the pain. They're hoping that we'll also solve their own crimes. But when we're supposed to do the right thing, we're having challenges from the offices that they shouldn't be challenging us, from the offices they should be supporting us. This criminal a chance, and they're not even apologetic about it. Sometimes it hurts because they tell you in your face that I'll get bail again. I will never stay in prison. In whatever you're doing, you're playing. Even if you, like, it went as far as even if you can bring your 20 meters, I'll still get bail. It hurts.
She also went ahead to also thank Lieutenant General MKHWANAZI and how it was very important for her to say her side of the story and what she's been through.
Say we are General MKHWANAZI's children. Even though I haven't seen General MKHWANAZI, I haven't met General MKHWANAZI, but what he did on July 6th, I'll be always grateful, because I was saying that it's not like people, they didn't know those things. No one had the courage to take it out there, and we were dying one by one. Hence, we've indicated with one of our own colleagues, we're going to die. I'm not saying now that this happened, we're not going to die, but I will die peacefully knowing that I was doing the right thing, and the whole country knows what cause did I die for. Because when you're dead, they keep telling people stories that are not true, but at least I've got the opportunity to speak for myself while I'm still alive.
In this video, I wanted us to talk about Witness B's testimony and what she said with regards to the connections of Lucky Molefe, who was protected after they failed to apprehend him, and how he kept on being warned not only by the Big Five members, but also the family members. And also, I wanted us to focus on the part of Mswazi and how Mswazi is very influential to the point that they've even captured the judiciary, such as the acting judge or the judge president of the High Court, which is Mr. Litwaba. So Witness B started the testimony by talking about the issue of the safety, and also went ahead to talk about the planned operations, about those 3 operations. I think I did tell you guys about the 3 operations in my first video. If you want to understand, please go back to that video where I was talking about Witness A. Specifically, Witness B was tasked to go and apprehend or arrest Lucky Molefe, who is the nephew to Katiso Molefe. To those who don't know, Lucky Molefe works at Transnet and is the one that awarded the tender to SK Karoo instead of the QTech, and even overcharged when it comes to that, and is the one that was busted, and probably is the one that actually ordered the hit. It's very probable that he worked together with Katiso Molefe, because they found in the office, which is the office that Katiso Molefe said it belongs to Thapelo Molefe, his son, as well as the nephew, which is Lucky Molefe. So in that office, they found the Transnet documents, which show that these people, indeed, they were working very hard to continue or to advance their fraud. So that was what was going on. So now they wanted this guy to arrest him together with Katiso Molefe. So when Witness A went to Katiso Molefe, Witness B went to Lucky Molefe, but unfortunately did not find Lucky Molefe.
Okay, we were strategically placed ourselves nearby because we were working with the Transnet investigators that were supposed to confirm for us. We couldn't just budge there only to find he's not there. The plan was for them to confirm that he was at work, and then we would have entered the premises and executed the warrant of arrest. But unfortunately, after some time waiting, it was confirmed that he was not at work at all.
And what happened is that upon giving the testimony, she found that actually Lucky Molefe was told by the sister, which is Lebu Molefe, and also it was they were told by Katiso Molefe's partner that wherever Lucky Molefe is, which also he was called Tepo, I think if I'm not mistaken, his other name is Tepo. So they told Lucky Molefe that he should disappear and not come close. I'll play the first video. It's in Venek. The other one is in Zulu, if I'm not mistaken. The other one is in Sotho, if both of them are in Sotho. But let me just play the audio so that you guys can hear for yourselves.
Happy forward this voice note to happen. Today aska lika aba anywhere nje Soweto nje Joburg ne liko yena kwa la ba ka banka ka belo ba mtrapa gore o a gone gore atle aska ba alika ba story sa anything because today they are so under pressure mo lo reng ba tla ba fella today by tonight gore ba tsamaye ba khoteka go sana na se le jalo ilo senya never someone to sharp so ba malume ba re aska ba alika ba around then le sapelo re buleleng please do sapo ka kopa dula bule mo leng o ka paka koloi and then just chill wherever you are. For today. And then I'll keep you updated. Then yeah, I was late today. Okay, what's the update? But so far we're getting good results because so once we sent and go fail.
So now the audio that I'm going to play is that of Katiso Molefe's partner, which is Fundiswa. So the first one that I played was of Lebu Molefe. So now I'm going to play the Fundiswa video, which is the girlfriend of Katiso Molefe.
Notice akumelanga tholakale anyway. Amafoni wakhe mawahlale off. Everything that has got to do naye ayingatholakali until further notice. Ilawyer isho kanjalo and nabo bhuti basho kanjalo bathi nje makanyamalale angatholakali if akanandawo yokuhlala bazomorganize indawo yokuhlala ukuthi hamba uhlala somewhere for a while. So please ngicela udlulisele lo message utshela uThepho if mhlambe naye uyakwazi ucommunicate naye ngoThapelo atsheke amtshele uThapelo but uThapelo ngiyacommunicate naye ngimtshela uThapelo uThapelo udlalela safe ngithe uThapelo absusa imoto akhiphe tracker kwi-RS4 kumele iphume tracker i-RS4 because bayayifuna so uBobby uzothumela uLehasi bahambe bayokhipha tracker lapha kwi-RS4 ngoba lamaphoyisa manje afuna i-RS4 so please ngicela umtshele ngoba ngithena uThapelo makafuna uke mall akafaki ikepisi or afaki sport afaka amazaza azabele so uThepho yena makafuna ukudakwa umtshele ukuthi ngithi ngicela athenge ibhodlela lakhe ahlale endlini azihlalele please until further notice just do that lebo angazi ukuthi izorisha kanjani uThepho ngoba angazi akangifoneli if uyathola ichance ukuthi angifonele ngenye number please let him do that please. Okay.
So these people are people that were warning them. And if you guys remember, you can hear from this audio, they keep on referring to Abobaba, Abomalume, or Bomangmang. They are referring to the Big Five. That's what Witness A said.
Hence, I've mentioned that now that I've done investigation on the Aboputi and Abomangmang in the previous voice note, they only referred to the Big Five. That's the thing, Commissioner. Up until today, we can't really get hold of him. And he just ran since the 6th of December. And maybe it's worth noting that it's not only him that is on the run. Even the person that we haven't even started pursuing, of which is Thapelo Molefe, the son of Katiso Molefe, is also on the run since then, together with Lucky Molefe. Oh yes, we had an intense manhunt after we couldn't arrest him at his workplace, and then we went to all his known address. We couldn't find him. Fortunately, the information kept coming, and we learned that he was being hidden. There was a deliberate intention for us not to find him. At some point, we got hold of the vehicle that he was driving, and he was supposed to meet with his friend somewhere in Soweto. We proceeded there, but unfortunately, the members of the family, they actively informed him not to go anywhere near that car any longer because we were surveilling it, of which amongst the people that claim as Witness C is going to deal with that, claim that they were kidnapped by us. You could hear from their phones actively telling this suspect to run away from us, and they even went as far as involving some other people other than them, that they were part of defeating these ends of justice, saying that they are willing to protect him. There was messages from the members of the Big Five that said we are willing to take the boy under our wing, make sure that the police, they don't get hold of him.
So these people were being protected, and Lucky Molefe has been protected so that he does not get to be arrested. They then went to Katiso Molefe to assist with the arrest of Katiso Molefe. When they arrived at Katiso Molefe, I think I did also explain what the situation there from what Witness A said. since that was the operation of witness A. The only thing that witness B realized is that this man was really, really powerful to that extent that he had influence to the point that even the Hawks had to be invited. Even when the Hawks were asked, which at that time was the supervisor, which is John Mokgatle. When John Mokgatle was asked, they said that they thought that they were called by Katiso Molefe to say that there were people that were acting as Hawks in the house, of which that was not even true. And Katiso knew that that was not true because these people did say that they are police officers, not the Hawks. So now Katiso Molefe changes so that these people can quickly come to his house and protect him.
It's because they got the reports that there were people that are pretending to be the Hawks at Molefe's house. So they were there to verify that. Really amazing to me. So much interference from various enforcement and agencies, not only SAPS. It made me wonder what was so special about this one suspect that was arrested on that day. So why, especially the DPCI, why they had to come in numbers like that? Because they were instructed to come there. By who? Because now I have an information that says this is a generous person, and it can only be a powerful person that can be able to pull up such. And it makes me wonder now, if the PKTT was never part of this operation on that day, it was just myself and witness A, what would have happened to us on that day?
The question that I kept on asking myself is, if Katiso Molefe as well as Lucky Molefe are not guilty, why is it that Lucky Molefe had to be hidden? Why is it that Lucky Molefe is hiding? Clearly they've done this. This in and of itself, it's proof enough that Lucky Molefe is very, very guilty. Because if you're not guilty, why are you running away? If you're not guilty, just go face the law, say your side of the story and come out. Clearly he knew and he knows that the police have overwhelming evidence. And secondly, clearly there's people on the inside, either it's Ngwashu or it's Brigadier Shibiri, Brigadier Ngwashu, or any other general or brigadier that is involved or captain.
25. At this appearance, our protectors noted a Ford Raptor with one missing number plate. The car was driven by Mr. Katiso Molefe's girlfriend. Because of the missing number plate, the registration was checked and confirmed to be under Brigadier Ngwashu. Witness B, can you confirm this paragraph and give comment if you have?
No, I can confirm this is what happened, and that's what I'm willing to say to the commissioners. I have no further comment.
Clearly, these people were able to get the information before witness A and B and C went to apprehend or went on their operations, because it seems like they were told and tipped before everything happened. Hence, Lucky Molefe was not found in the house, and Katiso was found well prepared with armed security, so they knew that they were coming for them. And then with witness C, as he's about to tell his story tomorrow, I think his task was to apprehend Ket Matlala. I think, but we'll hear that. But I think with those three operations, Ket Matlala probably is one of the people there. But we'll hear him as he comes to testify. Moving right along to the judiciary. So I don't know if you guys know the acting judge, which is Aubrey Litwaba. I don't know if he's still the acting judge, but I know that he's the deputy judge president of the High Court, working together with Mlambo, who was the president of the High Court, but now the deputy president or the deputy chief justice of South Africa, working together with Chief Justice Maya. So this guy, it is said that he really never even considered their case. He even gave, during the arrest of December last year, he even gave like really, really relaxed conditions. Even though this person was said that he has passports everywhere, he would allow him to move, go to KZN to see his daughter or his child and his wife. And the conditions even allowed him to just go. The IOs were supposed to allow him to go with, unless there's like a compelling and serious reason. Just the conditions of the release of Katiso Molefe very questionable after they were able to apprehend him. This is what she said, witness B.
Count 2, possession of controlled drugs, cannabis. Count 3, possession of prohibited weapon, self-loading smooth bore gun. And count 4, possession of prohibited weapon, self-loading smooth bore gun. Witness B, can you confirm?
Yes, I confirm, commissioners.
And do you have a comment on this paragraph?
No, I don't have. Yes, I can confirm this paragraph, and I still see another dishonest from the accused because he misrepresented himself in UK and using a totally different identity that is not his. And the question is, shouldn't he be arrested at that time with this kind of identity?
In one of the exchanges related to the conditions related to Mr. Molefe's movement, Mr. Molefe's lawyer asked for movement within the Gauteng province or even house arrest. The judge of his own accord inquired whether that would not be too restrictive, as Mr. Molefe had businesses in other provinces. Mr. Molefe's lawyer responded that she does a number of these matters where there are business-related reasons for travel. These would be communicated and written permission of the investigating officer would be sought, which cannot unreasonably be withheld. The judge then raised the issue of the child and girlfriend who live in KZN, to which Mr. Molefe's lawyer responded that they can travel. Despite Mr. Molefe's lawyer's acceptance of this well-established condition, the judge made a comment that bail should not be a punishment. In the end, the bail condition granted was basically that Mr. Molefe can leave after informing the IO, and the IO should not object unless there is a valid reason. Witness B, can you confirm this paragraph?
Yes, Commissioners, I can confirm this one. And maybe to have some comments on this one. My main concerns in what the judge expressed there is to say if this would not be too restrictive. I felt like he was already showing the signs of lenient towards the accused, because the accused was the one applying, and he already placed on record what he's willing to take. But the judge is the one who feels it's too restrictive. I felt like the judge is having too much lenient towards the accused, and that's where I already knew that he was going to be granted bail already.
What was worse is that Katiso Molefe had a previous conviction in the UK that involved drugs and all those type of things. And I think it was Dacha and all of that, and even unlawful firearm. But there was a couple of charges that he faced in the UK, and that was not revealed during the bail hearing. But the judge was able to allude to that was revealed. It was not concealed, whereas they concealed that. So the judge was literally on their side, which is Judge Litwaba. Did not care about previous convictions. And remember that this judge is the very judge that has been accused of CR17. That is the one that gave the order that there's bank statements that concern CR17 need to be classified. So he's the person that even was used and paid to ensure that the CR17 remains classified and hidden. He's the very same person that even ordered and suggested that Zuma's assets have to be seized, especially following that litigation, the number of litigations that he had during his presidency that has been said that was not part of his office and that he should pay, which is the recent case where he went to court and he was ordered yesterday that he should pay back the money, which is about over 28 million. So he's supposed to pay that money, otherwise they're going to take his assets, attach his assets, or they're going to take his pension. This is the very judge that suggested the same thing and presided over that matter. So he made sure that he bails Jacob Zuma but protected Sir Ramaphosa. So that is the depth of the corruption of this judge, which is Aubrey Lidwaba. So I don't know what you guys think about this. Moving right along to some of the aspects, which is the invitation or the calls from the inmate. So the witness B spoke about an inmate that kept on calling her to tell her about the updates and what Pule was planning on her, and that they wanted to unalive them, and said that specifically he's working with someone called Zuma. If it's Muzi, yes, working with someone called Muzi, who was supposed to facilitate the identification. But upon witness B's research, this inmate was the one that was actually doing that identification by telling her as to what they're planning to do.
What I would note about this person, he constantly called me until I felt the need to go and see him. And then when we visited him, he informed us that he was once incarcerated with Tau at the same prison where Mr. Molefe was at the time, of which is Groenpend prison. And then he informed me that he was told by Tau that there was a plan or a plot to eliminate the investigating officers that are investigating this case. And he also told this he told this inmate that he was arrested for unaliving a certain white man in some certain firm in Vereeniging. And then he better said.
And she said that there was a price already paid, which is an amount of 350,000 rands, which has been given out so that these people can be arrested.
Going to be paid for the elimination of the IOs, it was 350,000 rand. And he said the 50,000 it's already been paid for preparations.
And when she found out where did this inmate get the number, apparently he got the numbers from Manana, who is the daughter to Taupule.
He said the person who arranged my numbers, it was Tau's daughter. Thank you.
So they were really, really onto them.
At this point, nobody knew about our struggles in getting certain ballistic reports, ballistic linkages and everything. But to our surprise, we were told by an inmate that he was told by Tao that Molefe is the one who made us not to find the ballistic reports.
Moving right along now to Vusumuzi Matlala. She spoke really short about Vusumuzi Matlala. I think it's the information that we already know, and the fact that also with his case previously, there's also been issues of the ballistic report being tampered with to a point that the matter was even struck off the roll. So when she was working on that matter, then there was another officer or captain that went to her and told her about the investigation that they're busy conducting on Vusumuzi Matlala and the issue of the ballistic report and how they failed to furnish that report, especially since it was tampered with by Vusumuzi Matlala.
The reason why the docket was struck off court roll, the reason for the docket to be struck off roll is the lack of ballistic reports thereof. The investigations were not, the part of the other investigations were not mentioned, but the only reason that was mentioned it was because there is no ballistic report and it was struck off court roll.
And then she also spoke about the ongoing ballistic report, which then is the one that helped them to find the current issues that we've been discussing, including the arrest of Tatiso with regards to DJ Ventos, DJ Somebody, all these number of people that we arrested in connection to those unalivings or high-profile unalivings.
Yes, commissioners, and hence I have said that after the PKTT joined the team, they brought a different expertise. So the case was investigated, and then at first we looked at the reason why the case was struck off court roll in the first place, and then we obtained that ballistic reports and we took the docket back to court roll. Furthermore, we had now to look further than that, because there was now these phones that were being analyzed and certain information emerged that caused for the team now to look further than the hitman, if I may use that name, and then look now for the reason, a motive why in the first place this victim had to be assassinated. And then we had to look as to who would have wanted him assassinated. And then with the information from the cell phones, the information from the motive and the interviews with the victims, it came apparent that there was a person who was having interest to take out this victim. And then furthermore, investigations like the money that was paid to the suspect, it was followed and traced, and all necessary investigation in that regard was done, and then the case now was ready to be discussed for decision with the prosecutor, of which that had its own glitches at first, because the case was taken to court with the R350 to be authorized, but that proved to be a problem, because at some point the prosecutor was convinced. He issued the warrant of arrest, and on second opinion he withdrew and said no, this must be taken to DPP where the decision should be taken, of which it delayed the process a bit, maybe a month or two, but subsequently the DPP was happy to issue the warrant of arrest, and then shortly after the warrant of arrest was issued, and then it was operationalized, and Mr. Vusi Matlala was arrested on the 14th of May 2025.
And they also spoke about the issue of Katiso Molefe actually making payments to people or to officers using their daughter's bank account. So she also spoke about that situation. And she said that all of this, they've used it. The ballistic investigations are the ones that have helped them to be able to apprehend people like Katiso Molefe and Vusumuzi Matlala, because these ballistic reports are the one that make them to see how brutal these unalivings are and how brutal these people are with regards to unalivings. Because she even said that, when they've unalived, there is something that they call the best in the firm. So they will use the firm, but when they speak about the best in the firm, they will really refer to the work that they've done with regards to unaliving people. And she said that these people are big five, but there's bigger fishes in this whole thing. And she even spoke about Mswazi, that Mswazi is like the boss of bosses of this whole thing. It's like the gang leader of the big five. So she says that this thing is bigger than just the big five, but there's always that person that always orders the hit, and the big five is part of those people. Hence, they're not focused on the people that actually do the hit, which is Inkabi. They mostly focus on these people who instruct the hits.
Yes, what I can say about this is that through the course of this investigation, it has come to our attention so many times that we were dealing with the big five cartels in this case, and the name that was outstanding amongst other names, it was the name of Mswazi, of which it will be referred to sometimes as FAM and sometimes as FEM, but mostly the word firm, you will hear from mostly the hitmen saying, when they talk amongst themselves, saying we are the best in the firm, bragging about, shortly after the killing, they might be bragging and declare themselves as the best in the firm. But in some other instances, people will refer to the farm. And then what is noted throughout the investigation is that in this Big Five, it's not just something that is not coordinated. It's more like a structure. And from my understanding, if I may put it from my understanding, I would say that there was an executive and other bodies underneath, of which Swazi appeared to be, if I may put it in a simple term, in a other structures, I would say he would be referred to as president, and the rest of the executive, maybe the ministers, if I may put it like that, of which that formed the Big Five. But what I can say, this is not limited to just 5 people. There's lots more people that are not having titles, but they're part of the what's so-called farm.
And that these people who went and do these hits, they first have to get permission from the people who are granting them the power to do the hits. And it seems like it's like a gang of some kind of these Big Five people, because even they themselves, amongst themselves, they have to get permission for them to unalive someone. They have to agree that, okay, we are going to do this and protect each other. Hence, they were able to come together to protect Lucky when the police were looking for him after the unaliving of Armand Swartz.
They are the best. They are the ones that they are not so best, because when you do deeper investigation, you may find themselves also of the hits that they feel that they're not in their standard. They don't entail any high profile people. Those ones, sometimes they won't be doing, they might be talking about themselves that this is not in our standard, we'll be sourcing to others, meaning there is more in the farm. That's why now I want the commissioner to look at this structure to say more than that we can now be happy and say we have arrested the hitman. It's not even a start of solving the problem, because they can always, the hit orderers, source other hitmen, and the killings, they go on and on. That's why it's so important to deal with the actual hit orderers, because they are more problematic than just the hitmen. The hitmen are just a pawn in their hands. That's why it makes my heart bleed when the courts, they feel like there's little that they are contributing in these crimes, when actually they are the actual problems. Because without them, most probably, that wouldn't have been tempted to do this. We would have been an honest police officer and do an honest job. Hence, you can now see when I was trying to give the commissioner a picture of the cases that I'm in liberty to talk about, because they had caught already. Not that there's nothing else, but now for the purpose of effectiveness, I would rather stick to the ones that caught. You will see that there is cases that are linking directly Molefe, and the other ones that are linking Madlala, and you will see the pattern. Where Molefe is concerned, everybody's there, and mostly it's high-profile cases. But where Madlala is concerned, I think Tao doesn't feel that he can do anything for him, and maybe disregard him. I don't know, but he's never part of that. And you'll see, because of his experience in shooting, they always have attempted when he's not there.
I don't know what I have left off. If there's anything that I've left off, please, you guys, comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. But yeah, it was a very emotional ending from Witness B, and I'm happy that, we know her story. And I think this goes back to what was happening during the week with one of the podcasters facing threats. It's very shocking and very painful that this is what our countries became, that you can't even speak. Hence, we need to support each other's creators as YouTubers, so that we can, we can protect, can tell each other stories. If anything can happen, that you lost your life for a good cause. You lost your life because you wanted to spread news. Because even now, guys, I want to give the praises to all South Africans out there, especially you guys that are watching me. I want to say congratulations to you. You've done it. In as much as we think that, we should have given ANC 20%, the fact that you gave them 40% and the GNU was created, this is the reason why people such as MKHWANAZI came, because that weakness by the ANC, where they lost the majority, is what enabled MKHWANAZI to be able to do something like this. He was not going to be able to do something like this if the ANC was still in power. They were going to silence him as quickly as possible, as much as they can, even through the media, the very media that we cannot trust. So we must be very proud of ourselves that we gave the ANC 40%. Indeed, I agree with Prince Mashele that those who keep on voting for the ANC, the blood of people like Witness A, B, and C, who might lose their lives because of being vulnerable in this way, is in your hands.
Indeed, the most worrying thing about all of the circus that is unfolding. And then the solution is for South Africans. If you ever vote for the ANC again as a South African, you must know that the history is going to record your name as part of those who destroyed our country. So we need the ANC out of our government as soon as possible.
Because it is you who's enabling this criminality from happening. But with us voting the ANC out, we are changing the status quo. We have another year. Next year we can take them down now. And then 2029, we can just remove them altogether and give them a good 5%. I don't know what more you are looking for. Even though you who's watching now, you are benefiting from the ANC because you have a job, because you have a car, because you are living large, and you think that you are better being a comrade and you don't care. Just know that the blood is in your hands. Some of you even say, oh, I'm blessed. Oh, God, I have God's favor. But you know very well that some of the things you have is because of being an ANC cadre. You know very well that if you're not an NC cadre, you're not going to even have half of the things, and you're now using God to say, oh, give glory to God and hiding behind God. You are part of the problem together with your God. And all I can say is that, guys, change is now, time is now. People are telling their stories, and we cannot protect them if we can't protect ourselves. But it is through us telling our stories where we get to be protected. It is through you voting the ANC out where we get to tell our stories. We are tired of corruption. And the NC has enabled this behavior because we keep on voting for them and they keep on protecting this criminality. Instead of ending it, they keep on protecting it. I don't know what you guys think about Witness B's testimony from, yesterday, today. And are you ready for Witness C? Nonetheless, guys, let me hear your thoughts. I will see you on my next upload. Bye.
Yes, commissioners. Even though I wouldn't like that screenshot to be in public, but I would like to say that throughout the course of my investigation, I've been confronted with all sorts of threats. This one, it seems to be the most out of everything, even though some of them are not even direct. By that screenshot, I was trying to show the commission that I've been confronted directly with an SMS, and how I was going to be killed, it was well detailed in that message. That's why I shared with the commissioners. Even though it dates back to 2019, I'm trying to show the commissioners that the circumstances of this job has never been easy from then, but this is extreme.